Marking the 30th anniversary of the disappearance of Clishandra Hall.
Time is passing by and we haven't a clue as to where she is, and we know that there's somebody out there with the information that we need.
How her family is holding on to hope for closure.
Well, it's been humid for us these last few days, and that humidity is going to continue to stick around with another soupy week in store, along with those summer-like temperatures as well. A full check of your forecast for the new week ahead is coming up.
And after a serious accident, what happens next?
A lot of specialty training that goes into a position like this.
A look at what officers do to examine a scene and the evidence they take, including from the drivers involved. Tonight we have the latest details on an early morning shooting in Pine Bluff. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Sarah Horbacewicz. Today, officers responded to a call for a shooting victim arriving at Jefferson Regional Medical Center. 4 people then arrived at the hospital in total. A 16-year-old was pronounced dead and another victim is now in stable condition. The 2 others were treated for non-life-threatening injuries. Police say the victims came in after a group of people were at Martin Luther King Jr. Park when someone started shooting. Police are still looking for a possible motive and any suspects. This week will mark 30 years since Clishandra Hall disappeared in Pine Bluff. THV11's Jalissa Garza joins us tonight with a closer look at how her family and friends are remembering her as they hold on to hope. Jalissa?
Yeah, Sarah, May 9th, 1994 was the last time Clea's mom saw her. Every year she releases balloons in honor of her daughter. Normally she does it with just family, but this year it was a little different. Family and friends met at the St. Peter's Rock Missionary Baptist Church this afternoon. Her mom says this year's balloon release meant even more since it was at the church Clea grew up going to.
Knowing that her church family still care about her really kind of helps us, because even at times they don't say anything because they have this feeling that if they talk about it, it'll make it hurt worse. But when you don't talk about it, that makes it hurt.
She hopes that by continuing to honor Clea, people won't forget her and it can lead to some type of closure. Her family is still asking anyone who may know something that could help lead to answers to please come forward.
Well, like we've been mentioning yesterday, it was a very warmer than normal afternoon for us today as well. Right now, we're starting to track some showers in the area making this way across southern portions of the state. A few isolated storms as well. And we also saw some passing showers here in the metro. And that's pretty much it in terms of the rain chances for tonight. They really are going to be very sparse. It will be generally cloudy tonight, but very warm and muggy as temperatures continue to stay around that 70 to 60 degree mark. Tomorrow is going to be another warm up, possibly even seeing highs approach that 90 degree mark. Partly cloudy skies. We do have the chance of seeing some scattered showers and storms once again in the forecast later tomorrow night, with rain chances in the forecast pretty much every day for this upcoming week. So I'll be talking about those rain chances, what else we have in store for this upcoming week in your forecast just ahead.
New details are emerging about the gunman suspected in a deadly mass shooting yesterday at a mall in Allen, Texas. Ken Molestina reports.
On Sunday, mourners built a makeshift memorial for the victims at the Allen Premium Outlets. The day before, a gunman pulled up in a sedan and began shooting at people, killing 8 and wounding several more. Multiple sources telling CBS News Texas the gunman has been identified as Mauricio Garcia and that he had no serious criminal record. An Allen police officer who happened to be nearby killed the shooter moments into the deadly rampage. Police say likely saving lives. Authorities did not immediately provide details about the victims as local and federal authorities investigate.
We know you are grieving. We are grieving. Rest assured, the nation and the world are also grieving.
Stephen Spainhauer, whose son works at the mall, says he got to the scene before first responders and tried to save people.
I never imagined in 100 years I would be thrust into the position of being the first responder on the site to take care of people.
Shoppers there at the time of the massacre recalled hiding in various locations as the mall ordered everyone to shelter in place.
It was scary. I mean, anybody would be scared when they hear gunshots and they just don't know what's going on.
News helicopters capturing aerial footage that showed hundreds of people leaving the mall in the tragedy's aftermath. Ken Molestina, CBS News, Allen, Texas.
In a statement, President Biden said, quote, "Such an attack is too shocking to be so familiar," adding that the U.S. has seen about 200 mass shootings already this year. He urged Congress to enact tighter restrictions on firearms and ammunition. The president also ordered flags lowered to half staff. Police in Brownsville, Texas, near the border, say that 7 people were killed and 6 more were injured after they were hit by a car while waiting at a bus stop. The bus stop is across the street from a shelter for those seeking asylum here in the U.S. Officers will continue to investigate whether or not the crash was intentional. We will keep you updated with new details as we get them. As we've been reporting too often lately, some people here in Arkansas aren't slowing down or paying close enough attention on the roads. It's leading to an uptick in car crashes. Now, determining what caused that accident and who's at fault is a big challenge. THV 11's Frederick Price shows us there's a team of officers that are responsible for just that.
The traffic along 8th and Chester Wednesday is flowing smoothly. But one night at the intersection of Park and Daisy Bates, a much different story.
But nationwide, fatal accidents are going back up in America and definitely in Arkansas.
Kyle Henson is a patrol officer with LRPD. He says Arkansas ranks the 3rd highest when it comes to fatal accidents in the country. It's a big reason why he joined the department's accident reconstruction team.
We'll respond to a fatal accident like an on-call basis when one happens.
Their goal, he tells me, to look into any life-threatening or deadly accidents on city streets. Kyle says most of the officers work full-time in some other capacity at the police department, so they'll only go out to an accident scene when they are called.
And a team of 6 officers go through about 80 hours of training, learning the key things to look for when they're called to investigate an accident.
The first thing we do is just kind of step back and just take a look at the entire scene, what's going on, try to get some information of people involved.
They'll look for things like these skid marks, for example, to help. Officers will also measure to determine the speed of the vehicle and how far a car traveled before the accident.
One of our officers will utilize a digital camera and start taking photographs of the scene and evidentiary photos.
The number of fatal accidents already this year alarms Kyle. But if we'll ever see those numbers dip, he adds it's going to take more than just law enforcement.
There's a lot more that needs to be done and a lot more community involvement when it comes to awareness when driving.
Frederick Price, THV 11 News.
Little Rock police also tell us that the city is already up to 16 fatal crashes just this year. At this time last year, Little Rock had 5 deaths. Arkansas State Police have logged 183 fatal crashes. That's a dozen more than this time last year. Still ahead tonight, remembering the past and honoring a sacrifice. After the break, we'll look at a 10-year dedication held for the World War II Japanese-American Internment Museum in McGee. And some of the faces in the celebration you've probably seen on TV. Corrales?
Well, I think it's safe to say that we're going to be stuck in a very summer-like pattern for the time being. That includes above average temperatures, the humidity that we've been seeing all weekend long, and even the chance for some on and off rounds of some showers and storms. That's what's in the forecast this week. I'll have your details in minutes.